Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I posted a short little video yesterday of me saying hi, I'm back, and it's been a while since I posted anything. So today's video will be kind of an update what has been going on since my last big video, which was letting go and releasing some old past trauma and feelings that you have. If you haven't watched that video, I'm probably going to link it up here if I'm technological savvy enough to figure that out. So go check that out. But for today, what I would like to share with you guys is what really has been going on since the spring. A lot of things have happened, including surgery and a lot of medication and clinical trials. So I definitely want to kind of give you guys that update today. First of all, I just really want to say thank you to all the other YouTubers that are sharing their lives on YouTube and their cancer journey. It's incredibly vulnerable, it's incredibly brave, and I'm really inspired by that. And I feel very drawn to sharing my story as well, because I think the more of us that do that, the bigger community we can create around cancer and living with cancer and facing all the challenges that come up with having cancer, including facing our death. And all these things are really deep and really, like I said, vulnerable. And I'm just amazed that there are so many people out there doing it. I want to do it myself, and I also want my videos to be educational. I want to share some tools with you, continue to share some tools. If you watch my previous videos, there's some tools that are shared with you that I've been using moving forward. And some of them are pretty deep and heavy, but I think it's okay. I think we need to be in that place, and I think we need to share that, because I find there's so many people out there that are facing this really difficult disease, and they're not maybe getting all the support that they could get, and they're not being related to like they want to be. And in our day and age, through videos is one of the really great way to connect to a community. So it is in my intention with all the videos that I share that we continue to share each other's stories, and we build a community that you feel safe and you feel heard and you want to be a part of. So thank you to all of you guys sharing your videos and your thoughts and your really hard life journey. And I also want to kind of remind you guys that I am building my channel up too. So if you don't mind, give me some thumbs up if you like the video. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Share this content, share this video with your friends, your family. This is for everyone that cancer touches, not just for cancer patients, but for the families and friends and everybody involved. It's a big thing, and we can do this together. So, in case you don't remember, my name is Ari, and I was diagnosed with kidney cancer 2 years ago. And since then, I've tried a lot of different therapies, and I am still fighting this cancer. It is still growing, and I'm stage 4, and I've started to get some complications in my body that I've had to deal with in the last few months, and I'm going to share that with you. So, since my last video, what mainly has happened is that I started noticing a lot of pain in my legs, and to a point where I wasn't really able to stand or walk for more than a few minutes at a time, and it got so bad that I was unable to work in June. I think my last time I was working was in May before all this went down, and this started happening in June. A lot of it started happening in June. So I looked into getting surgery, and if there was something that I could have done to help me. But there was a couple of surgeons that actually did not want to perform the surgery. And during that time, I was also offered to get on a clinical trial. And I really didn't want to have an invasive surgery on my spine if I didn't have to. So I wanted to give the clinical trial a chance. So, well, with the clinical trial just beginning, I wasn't getting any new scans until about 2 months later. In August, I got the next scans, and unfortunately, with all the work that we did with the clinical trial, it did not seem to do anything for the cancer. And that being very disappointing and a setback, and my hopes were a little crushed, as you can imagine. But I had to move forward because I could not stand anymore. So I had to move forward with the surgery. So the surgery was done on my lumbar spine, and I had to have a fusion. There's a tumor in my spine that was pressing one of the lumbar vertebrae into my spinal canal, and it was causing all the pain and numbness in my legs. So what the doctor had to do when I finally found a surgeon, and I'm so thankful I found an amazing surgeon in Phoenix that took a chance on operating on me, and I just had my 3-month follow-up a couple of days ago, and I was able to tell him, "Doctor, I am absolutely pain-free and I can walk and do all the things that I used to do prior." So thank you, thank you, thank you. But the healing journey was not easy. And before the surgery, I was already on heavily medicated on pain meds, morphine. They tried oxycodone, which was not good for me, and other pain medication, nerve pain medication, and I was living in a fog. I was nauseous and vomiting. I was tired all of the time, on top of not being able to walk. I had no inspiration, and it was summer in Arizona. It was hot. It was 110 almost every day, and I was just stuck in the house. And I can tell you that for sure, I was depressed, I was hopeless, and I was having a lot of anxiety moving forward in my life. So moving forward again into the surgery went really well, and although the healing from the surgery was a lot harder than I thought, it was a lot harder than it was to have the kidney removed. And I believe that's just because the spine is a lot more sensitive area, and they cut through all the muscles and the tissue in the spine. And they were able to stabilize my spine, and the healing was painful, and more medication, more morphine, and it was a vicious cycle. But at around the 2-month mark after the surgery, I actually started noticing huge changes, and my pains were going away. So that was a big deal for me. But as you can imagine, during that time, I wasn't really inspired to share my journey. I didn't want to do videos. I also did get some couple of negative comments on my first couple of videos, and so I just felt kind of beat down, and I wasn't really in a place that I wanted to share anything with anybody. But now I'm back, and I'm really excited to let you guys know that I am now going back to exercising, going back to my normal life. Other things that have happened in the last few months were just, even though I think it's important to focus on living and how you want to live your life while you still have it, the really dark part of this cancer journey is that I needed to really focus on and think about how do I want my life, the end of life, to be. And most of it for me was about really making things really simple for my friends that are taking care of me and that or my family that want to help me. And so I had to let go of some of the things that I've created in the last few years. My homestead that I was really excited about. I was growing my own food and my own animals, and I was really getting a lot of joy out of that process. But I realized that I can't do those things anymore, and slowly I let go of all my farm animals, and I am now in the process of probably selling my house, so my family and my family and my friends don't really have to deal with that. I think it's a lot for them just to have to be part of such a terrible journey if it comes to death and the hospice and all the really sad things that come with it, that they don't have to deal with getting rid of my property and my animals and all that. So that has been very difficult for me, because when I moved here, this was my dream to do all this, and that's only 3 years ago. But I have accepted that, and I realized along the way that even though that was my dream, it came at a cost. It came at a cost where I was removed from my community, from creating relationships and friends, and I was working full time and I was doing the homesteading full time. So when I realized that during these months, what is most important to me is having a community and having, being close to people and creating connections and sharing my wisdom and my teachings with the community, I realized that I couldn't do that and do my homestead and have cancer and possibly be working at the same time. So it was a bittersweet letting go of all that, but it's the right thing for me. I can now focus more on going back into the teaching community, teaching in the healing arts, which I really, really love and I do really, really miss. So I am accepting that with new beginnings becomes a new end, and with a new end there's a new beginning, and I can really focus on the most important things in my life. I also want to share with you, I know that I shared a really deep video with you about letting go of the past and my mother, and it was a really difficult process. Even though after the ceremony and everything I did in the video, it still is something that continues to brew and continues to, resolve. But in the last few months, I haven't been in contact with my mom, and it's been better for everybody. And I think she feels that, and I feel that. And it's just a big part of me moving forward and creating space for the things that are most important. Another thing that really stood out to me in the last few months is I didn't really allow myself all these years to be loved, and I was very afraid of intimacy and connection. And even though I crave the community and I want to be around people, but there was always a distance between me and getting people one step closer to my heart. So in the last few months, I've really been accepting the love that is around me, the friends that have been sending me messages and supporting me, my brothers and my sister that I didn't even really know. They all came out here to visit me. And so I've just really been allowing myself to receive love. And with that, I feel like I can give more and I can share more with you and with them. And it's a beautiful thing. And whether I'm going to live for another year or 3 years, 10 years, or however that long is, I am now really starting to feel the deep connection in my body and in my soul for family and for community. And that is what I'm doing here with you guys, and that I'm going to continue to share with you along the way. Let me see, I wrote down a couple of things just so I wouldn't forget. So I have committed to class in the Healing Art Community, Cranial 1 class. For those of you who probably don't know what that is, I'm going to talk about that in a different video. But I also connected to a colleague of mine and friend that has also been dealing with cancer now for 5 years. And her and I actually, I think, will continue to to create something like workshop, seminars, workshop, or class for people with cancer, their families, and their friends, and how to be with them, how to relate to us, how to relate to the deep emotions in the process of how to relate to death, and all these big pieces that are really important that you, like I said, that you didn't really think that you would have to face at my age or even your age. A lot of you are younger than me. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm really excited to step forward with this knowledge that I have from my teaching world and the healing art world, and now being faced with cancer. So that is really what's going on now, and how I'm moving forward. I really want you guys to share with me your thoughts on what you would like to see in these videos moving forward. What would you like to talk about? What are some of the issues that you are facing that maybe people don't understand? All that can help me create content that is going to be more relatable and more fun, deep, emotional, and inspiring. And so I'm reaching out to you guys because I want to share this with you, and I want to hear from you. And ultimately, I want this to be an open, loving, supportive community of people walking with cancer and their families and friends. So that is my quick update over here, well, quick 16-17 minute update. And I hope you really like it. Please give me thumbs up, please subscribe, and share this video with anybody that you think it's going to be helpful to see. So thank you guys. I promise you guys I will be making more videos now, and I'm really looking forward to it. So until next one, see you later.